It's pineapple time. What's up, everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic Labor Day. It's Bradley. Thank you for stopping by the channel Tripleinc. Today I'm going to be reviewing these two fragrances from the company Parfums Vintage, and it is of course Pineapple Vintage Intense and Pineapple Noir Intense. Now, I don't really have any experience with this company per se. This is the actually first time I've ever tried these. The company Parfums Vintage was very nice, and they sent me these two bottles, and this one is actually a brand new release that hasn't really even come out yet. So I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts on this brand new scent, as well on one of their best selling, the original Intense. So let's just come right out and say these are supposed to be more or less expensive alternatives to, of course, Creed Aventus. Many fragrances these days, let's say, try and clone the DNA of Creed Aventus, that pineapple, that smokiness, and this is Parfums Vintage shot at that. I'm excited today to give you guys my thoughts on these two fragrances, sort of my quick first impressions, because I've only had these for a couple of days and I've been wearing them and kind of testing them out. I actually want to start things off by taking a quick look at the presentation, because I think the presentation of these is really good. Start off with these boxes back here, actually. And guys, you can see the quality of these boxes. They have these cool, almost mosaic paintings on the back, and I think it's pretty cool. And the boxes just feel sturdy. They have a really cool pattern of the pineapples, sort of going up and down, zigzagging back and forth, and they're embossed in there. Their logo is pretty sick with the wings and the crown. And the bottles look really nice as well. They do have a nice weight to them. They got the gold banner spanning across the top. The original Intense has this sort of brown wooden cap, where the new Noir Intense has this black cap going for it. So that's kind of how you can distinguish the two. You can pick up both by the caps, no problem. And they got the little labels on the bottom. I think the presentations of these are really nice. And I think for the price that you're paying, I think they're top-notch presentation. Alright, so let's get into really quickly how these two smell. Right away, Pineapple Vintage. I have this on my right hand right here. It's been drying down for a little while now. Yeah, I remember in the opening, myself a fresh shot right here. Fresh cut pineapples, guys. It does have a little bit of a synthetic sort of a top note to it, but that's just the alcohol in the top. Once that wears down, freshly cut pineapples, very nice. Some other fruity notes in here, slight muskiness in the background, and it just kind of dries down to a slightly fruity, musky scent that I think is very nice. It's very fresh, relatively simple, clean, easy to wear, very easy to please as well. It's really nice. It does remind me a little bit of Aventus in that initial pineapple opening, but then actually it kind of reminds me a little bit of Insurrection when it dries down. It has a touch of creaminess in there maybe. It's just really nice, fresh, uplifting type of a pineapple smell. This is right up my alley. I love fresh, clean scents like this. Very easy to wear, and this one's nice. It has a pretty good quality to it. I can definitely smell some of the ingredients in here, and it's just overall a nice scent. Now for the new Noir Intense. I actually have this one drying down on this hand right now, and this one, guys, is a little bit interesting to me. I'm going to say that. It does have a lot of the original Intense in here. It does have that pineapple note, but it has something else in here. It almost has to me sort of like a burning tire type of a smell mixed with like crispy bacon, if that makes sense. Very weird. It almost has like a leathery, meaty smoked bacon, and I'm thinking that's kind of what this smokiness in here is going to be. But also has this really kind of a rubbery, burning tire smell, which does put me off considerably to this one. Like, I really prefer the original Intense. At times, I like this when it dries down a little bit more, but in the opening, just that rubbery smokiness, I think, is a little bit too much for me to take. I think this is much more of a nighttime version, and I think it's more pulled off maybe with a guy wearing like a leather jacket or something. It does come off much more masculine, much more powerful. I don't know, but to me, it's just a strange mix of notes that I don't think really quite works out. Of course, you can go try these out on yourself. They could be completely different from what I'm smelling, but that's just how I feel about Noir Intense. I definitely prefer the original Intense. Boom. Also, we have good news in the performance as well. Both of these have very good performance. Actually, either of these I sprayed on myself, left that room, like 3 or 4 hours later, came back into my room, and I could still smell these quite strong. So it does linger in the air a long time. I have gotten several notices with both of these. They both push, they both project. Room filling in the opening, the projection is really strong. So I can say both of these have great performance. They seem to last about the same amount of time. Maybe Noir Intense holds on for a little bit longer, maybe pushes past that 8-hour mark for me, where this one kind of dies out around 6 or 7, but still the performance is much better than average for me, so that is a huge plus with both of these. You definitely get your performance out of them. Pretty simple. I think both of these could be all year round fragrances for you. However, I would more than likely myself wear Intense in the spring and summer, definitely, although I think in the fall I could work nice as well. And Intense Noir, or Noir Intense, this is the nighttime version, definitely nighttime all the way. I think in the very high heat of the summer it could become cloying with that sort of tar note that it has in here, but I think for, you know, cool summer night outs, spring night outs, fall, in the nighttime it can work really good because it does have that smoky backbone that's going to hold you through the little bit cooler temperatures. Also, these are quite versatile. I see these working great casually. This one a little bit more for the night out clubbing type of a scent, and this one I think just more for fresh casual. Maybe even you can wear this to school if you go light on the trigger, or just into the office place. And a common factor with these two, that is another big one. The common factor, a lot of people say these get as many compliments as a Ventus. I will say I do get noticed, but I'm not really sure if it gets me that many compliments. You know, a Ventus at the same time doesn't really get me any compliments either. These fruity pineapple scents with the smokiness doesn't really seem to work super well off of me, just in terms of compliments, but I will say this one has gotten me much more notices than Intense. I think this is one of the more crowd-pleasing of the two as well. I have gotten notices, and even when I was doing a little bit of filming earlier, I had these on for a different video, and actually a guy came up to me and he's like, "Hey, is that what I'm smelling right now?" I'm like, "Yep." So I think this is the one that's going to get you the more compliments of the two. So what are my final thoughts on these two fragrances right here? The new release of Noir Intense is kind of hit and miss with me. At times I really enjoy it, at other times it kind of puts me off. So I'm a little bit up and down with this one, but I think if you're looking to maybe recapture a little bit of that smoky batch of a Ventus that maybe is a little bit harder to find these days, go check out this one because I think it definitely nails that smoky, very masculine, leathery aspect of those batches of Ventus, where if you're looking just for a fresh, easy to wear, nice pineapple scent, Intense all the way, and it is my favorite of the two, no doubt about it. And they do seem to get me fairly good notices as well, so I'd always appreciate that. So go check out these two. I'm going to leave Parfums Vintage information in the description box down below if you're interested in checking that out. So thank you, Parfums Vintage, for sending these to me. I really enjoyed smelling and testing these. Have you all tried either of these two fragrances? Let me know in the comments section down below what your opinions are on them. Would love to hear about that. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel for more fragrance videos just like this one. And as always, have a great rest of your day, and hopefully we'll see you back on this channel sometime soon. Thanks for watching. Peace.